What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Tommy's Corner episode. How many of these have I done now? I want to say it's the sixth. I believe it's the sixth one. Let me pull my Spotify. It is indeed number 6. So this past week was kind of crazy with episodes. We got to interview Mika Abdallah and talk about Sex Appeal, her movie on Hulu. We got to talk about her new film Snack Shack, and then me and Ryan did a Roadhouse review, the new Amazon Prime remake. We did a little alcohol-induced review of that for Ryan's 21st birthday. It was a lot of fun. Uh, did a lot better than we thought it was going to do because we thought it was the most scuffed episode we've put out on this channel. And yeah, but today I'm just here to do a little review of Sydney Sweeney and Michael Mohan's new film Immaculate, and also just talk about life and what else has been going on in me and Ryan's everyday life right now. So going on to what's been going on recently, I talked about this before. I think it was supposed to happen last week, but I didn't get to end up doing the episode. But I did a Harry Potter rewatched the entire franchise, was trying to figure out what I actually think is the best film in the franchise, and I did a little ranking, so I'm going to read those out to you. So starting in 8th place, starting in 8th, is Chamber of Secrets. I enjoyed Chamber of Secrets. I'm not saying none of these movies are bad movies, but to me, it was the least entertaining one that I watched. It was the one I was most like, okay, let's speed this up. I kind of want this one over with. Number 7 is the Philosopher's Stone, the Sorcerer's Stone, whatever you want to call it. And again, great, love this movie. This one, Chamber of Secrets was a 3.5. Sorcerer's Stone is 4 stars. Again, it started the franchise. It's such like one childish wonder, I guess is like a word for it. And yeah, so I love that one. Number 6, we have Prisoner of Azkaban. Probably it's Prisoner of Azkaban, right? Yeah. Alfonso Cuarón probably had the best direction in the franchise because there's so many unique camera shots, different movements with the camera. It feels the most different from the franchise. It's very unique, and it could be because I think it's the only one he directed, right? I'm reading on my notes. Sorry. One second. Stop texting me. Nope. Did it wrong again. Nope. We're good. So yeah, Alfonso Cuarón killed it. He's an amazing director. I wish he did more of the franchise, but nonetheless, very good movie. I think I have that 4.5 stars. Yeah, 4.5. At number, what was this? At number 5, this one jumped on my list. This one was originally ranked at the bottom of my list when I first thought about Harry Potter. And this is The Half-Blood Prince. This movie's awesome. I don't get all the hate behind it. Like I get like it's a much duller movie. And I know that the Ginny and Harry relationship is very bad. There's no chemistry between the two of them. And I don't think it's the performances, either one of the actors' fault. I think it more comes down to the dialogue and just the storyline. But Half-Blood Prince, David Yates killed it. I love this movie. It has some of the best scenes in the entire Harry Potter franchise, but it still is not the best movie in the franchise. At number 4, I know a lot of people have grown some reason to like, I guess people are saying it's overhyped or now they've watched it too many times that they're kind of starting to turn on it a little bit. That's Goblet of Fire. This movie's awesome. Mike Newell killed it. Robert Pattinson was such a great addition to the cast. Brendan Gleeson as Mad Eye Moody. Just like getting all these new people to come in. We finally get Ray Fiennes as Voldemort. That scene when he becomes Voldemort is so scary. We got some David Tennant in there. I'm trying to think who else we got. Yeah, you just get all the get some. Do you get Gary Oldman in this one? Oh, he's in like The Fire, isn't he? I think so. But yeah, I love Goblet of Fire. Never got turned on that movie. At number 3, we have Deathly Hallows Part 1. Again, this is a fantastic film. What do I have this at? Yeah, I have it. I think it's the first one I have at 5 stars. I think so. Yeah. This is the first 5-star. Deathly Hallows Part 1. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a setup movie. It still has some amazing moments. Like when after Ron leaves and Hermione and Harry dance together. I have that song "Oh Come Children," I believe it's called. It's a really sad sequence because it's just one moment for them where they get to be young again. I just love that movie, and of course, it was setting up what I think's an amazing finale to an amazing franchise. At number two, I have Order of the Phoenix. Again, another one that I always was kind of like, oh, it's good, it's whatever. It's probably, in my opinion, was always like, oh, it's like bottom tier of Harry Potter. It is not. It is so good. I love Order of Phoenix, and it probably is the best wand fight between Voldemort and uh, Dumbledore. And it's just a really well done movie. Really good acting, sad storylines. I love his like him doing the neck thing when Voldemort's taking it over. Just little aspects I think make this movie better than the rest so far. And there's only one movie that I have above it, and that is Deathly Hallows Part 2. I love this movie. To me, it is the best Harry Potter film. I mean, without a doubt. It brings together, what is it, how many years? It says 2011. I think it's 10 years, right? Yeah. It brings together 10 years of films into one final conclusion, and it hits on every point. And it's sad. It has funny scenes still. It's the darkest one, probably very violent. I mean, it's heartbreaking. You learn so much about different characters. It's just a war, and I really do enjoy it. So yeah, that's my little quick Harry Potter rewatch rankings. I've probably watched this franchise like 100 times. I want to actually do like a real since the podcast breakdown. But yeah, then I'll go through like my letterbox watches. I was like pretty long time recently. Wait, what the hell? Why is it not coming up in order? There we go. Okay, so since I ended the Harry Potter rewatch, what have I watched? So I watched Ghost, the Patrick Swayze film. I gave it 4.5 stars, and I said I waited so long to watch this film just because as a kid I remember getting scared by a scene. This movie is a story about finally getting to say goodbye, and I loved it. I think it's a truly great film that you would never suspect to be as good as it is. But at the same time, I want not that I want them to remake it because it is so good, but I want more. I want more the Ghost, and I think it's just because I love Patrick Swayze as an actor, and I think he was the perfect choice for this role. But yeah, absolutely loved Ghost, and I wish I hadn't waited so long to watch it. The next film was I watched the original Roadhouse again. I gave that 4 stars. It's exactly what you're getting yourself into. It's a movie about a world famous bouncer who stops a small town domestic terrorist, pretty much. That's how I was explaining the film to Ryan before we watched the new one. And yeah, it's violent, it's hokey, it's cheesy. Sam Elliott's one of the best characters in from an '80s film. And yeah, I love that movie. I'm a sucker for it. It's in my top 50 of all time of like movies I just watch and watch and watch. So yeah, Roadhouse. And after that, I watched uh, a new franchise, and that was a. Everyone knows my fear of clowns. I've talked about this on the podcast numerous times. I've talked about how I've never watched the Terrifier films, and how I did want to watch them because the third one I do think looks very funny, like violent funny. But I did finally watch the Terrifier franchise. I watched the first one by myself, which was a horrible idea. I gave it 2.5 stars. I said this film is interesting because Art the Clown is a super scary horror villain, probably in my top echelon of horror villains. But outside of Art, the film isn't that great. Now, if you love gore, this is the film for you. I'm still interested in watching the second one, which I will be watching tomorrow. So then I went to my friend Michael's house and watched it with Michael and our other friend Sam. And I did not like that one either. I actually liked the first one more. I probably give the second one like 2 stars flat. And because I just realized I didn't put it on Letterbox. But yeah, I didn't really like the second one. I thought the second one had better acting for sure, but the actual movie is very bad. The gore is good. I'm not a huge gore fest kind of guy. I don't love all that. And yeah, I'm just not I don't. Sometimes it gets a little over the top, and I know it's like that's the whole point of the franchise to be over the top. But even this one, like I just didn't like the story. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. I didn't think Art was actually as scary as he was in the first one. Maybe just because I saw more of him. But there is that little ghost demon girl, and she was frightening in this one. But yeah, all in all, if you love gore, if you like the first Terrifier, definitely watch the second one. And if you were wanting more gore, this is the movie for you because it's even gorier than the first one. Yeah, but it's not for me. Damien Leone, though, hey, I give you all the credit in the world. People love your movies. What does this other one have? For those who also did not know, the Terrifier franchise started because of an All Hallows Eve movie, which was also directed by Damien Leone. A lot of people don't know that, so just want to let you guys know. After that, what else have I watched? Oh, then I watched the new Roadhouse. Oh, I saw Art the Dog. It was a very, very nice film. A little heartwarming. Mark Wahlberg's always good. Yeah, I really like the movie. It's nothing crazy. It's exactly what you'd think about a true story with a dog and a human that grow bond. It's pretty much exactly what you're gonna get. After that, I watched Roadhouse, the remake. I guess we're calling it a remake, reboot, remake. I gave it 3.5 stars. I said short and sweet review. It's the perfect drunk film. It's the perfect like having your friends over for like pizza and some drinks, and you're like, oh, let's put something on as like background noise. This is the movie because then you'll hear like fighting, and you're like, oh, let's watch, and that's when it really, to me at least, finds its footing at the best. And I know a lot of people are like hating on Conor McGregor's performance. I absolutely loved it. I thought he was the perfect like because they knew because a lot of people are like, oh, it seems cheesy. That's the point. Like you can't make if you went into this and tried to make it like super serious, then there was going to be an issue with the whole movie. And they didn't. They let it be cheesy, let it be over the top, and that's why I think this movie is better than I thought it was going to be. And having McGregor just be McGregor was an awesome decision. Like Knox is probably my favorite part of the movie. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal as Dalton too. I thought the cast was good, all good choices across the board. The fighting was pretty good. There was a couple times that CGI was used, and I wasn't a fan of it. But a lot of the times, like the final fight stuff, I really liked. So I give credit where credit's due. It was good enough to stand by itself. So I'll give it that. And then the final movie I watched was Sydney Sweeney's new film, Immaculate. And this is the whole point of the episode is to talk about this a little bit. I'm trying to, there you go. Trying to put up my letterbox because I didn't review it yet. We'll sit like that for right now. So, a quick synopsis about the new film is that not every intervention is divine. Cecilia, an American nun of devout faith, embarks on a new journey in a remote convent in the picturesque Italian countryside. Cecilia's warm welcome quickly devolves into a nightmare as it becomes clear that her new home harbors a sinister secret and unspeakable horrors. I liked it. I thought it was solid. So far, what the critics are saying about it is that it has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It then has, oh, come on, load, 70% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 61% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The critic consensus so far is Immaculate is a conception, if not always an execution. This religiously themed horror outing is saved by a divine performance from Sydney Sweeney. That's probably what I think. I think Sweeney keeps this movie positive for me. And then Metacritic has it at 56. In a nutshell, it's psychological, sinister, and horrific. And Michael Mohan directed it. It's a wild movie. It yeah, especially for someone like me who grew. I went and saw this with my friend Sam, the same one I watched Terrifier 2 with. Um, and we both agreed it was good. Like I had nothing really bad to say about the movie. There was just certain decisions with the actual story that I was like, okay, it's a little weird. But all in all, it was definitely a little scary to me. It wasn't as scary as I wanted it to be, but growing up in a house that's very at the time, my parents are very religious people. They're very Catholic. Went to Catholic grade school all the way from kindergarten through 8th grade. Then I did eventually go to public school. But we grew up. I mean, I went to church every Sunday. I was every first Friday of the month. My school had church, all that stuff. So I grew up like God fearing family. Like that was like our thing. We're waiting for the coming of God. And this was what I was taught. So everyone has different beliefs. So if you're a listener and you don't believe what I'm believing, that's fine. I like if you want to tell me what you guys believe in, that's cool. I don't got any issues with that. I like knowing everything about like the older I've gotten, I've become more. I just want to hear everyone. I just want to know because none of us know the truth, know what's out there. But yeah, so I like knowing all the different religions, different beliefs, different everything. So, but yeah, so this movie was a little creepy because there would be certain scenes I'm like, oh, I remember doing that as a kid, and then something would happen. I'm like, that's terrifying. But yeah, she wants to become a nun, and her old parish, for those who don't know, parish is where the priest and nuns work, closed down due to funds, and she then gets a call from the father, the priest, and he convinces her to come there. And right away when she gets there, there's people that don't like that she's there. She makes a friend there. What's her friend's name? Pull up the cast list. I'm not just saying her friend. It doesn't even have her name. Simona Tabasco. Oh my God, what's it? They don't even have her name. She was really good. I really liked her. They had a nice, sweet relationship that eventually does take a sour turn. But I really did like the dynamic those two had. Vendetta Porcelli, she also was in it. She played, I don't remember. She was another nun that was jealous of Sydney Sweeney for having the Immaculate Conception. So don't know, Immaculate Conception is the becoming pregnant without having to have just how do I want to word this? I don't want my mom to listen and get weirded out. Um, you don't have to be bedded. I guess that's the word. You don't have to lose your virginity. You don't have to do anything, and you're just pregnant. And she was jealous because she thought that she should have been the one that because she's been there for so long. All this stuff. Alvaro Morte, he plays the deacon of the convent, and I really liked him. I thought he was a good actor. He seemed really. It was probably my biggest downside of the entire movie. He seemed very flirty the whole movie. It was really like unsettling, which I guess might have been on the point. But like, if a deacon ever talked like that to me or my sister or anyone, we got an issue because he was like close talking and whispering. It was really freaking me out. Then we got Giorgio Colodny. He plays Cardinal Franco. He's like the head priest in the movie. And yeah, so you just follow her everyday life. She's becoming a nun. And then one day, she like gets called into the office and they start running all these tests, asking her all these questions. It turns out she's pregnant. She's never broken her vows. And we go, and I did like that it did first trimester, second trimester, third trimester of the pregnancy. And the first one, everything seems pretty normal. People are starting to like notice, people are starting to like praise her like she's Mary. Um, Second trimester, she's not allowed to really do anything. They just keep doing tests on her, making sure the baby's okay. She keeps requesting to go to a legitimate hospital because they're just bringing a doctor in to test her. And they're like, oh, but he deals with pregnancies all the time. She's like, but I would prefer to go to a real doctor hospital. Like, I want to go. They won't let her. All this happens, and she's really starting to think that something odd's going on. Her friend, who Simona Tabasco plays, finally is like, there's something wrong here. This isn't normal. And she speaks out. She's taken by people that are there. And in the middle of the night, Sydney Sweeney wakes up. She starts roaming the halls. She hears some yelling. She goes to this old barn. And when she looks inside, there's these creepy women with these red veil masks with black hooded outfits. And they cut off her friend's tongue. It was very disturbing. Then after that, because she wants to go to the hospital, she gets a dead animal. She finds a dead bird that flew into the window earlier. And oh no, it was a chicken, right? It's a chicken that they learn how to decapitate so they can make chicken, whatever. And she puts the blood all over herself to make it look like that there's something wrong with the baby. So they get her to they start driving her to a real hospital. And the one head nun who's played by Dora Romano, she looks under the bed and dumbass Sydney Sweeney decided to leave the dead carcass of the animal in a bag under the bed. And so she finds it. She calls the deacon who's driving her. And you realize, like, she's She's lying. She's trying to just get to a normal hospital. So when they figure that out, she tries to run. They capture her. They pretty much lock her down now. She's not allowed to do anything. And I think that might even be the start of the third trimester. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. But all in all, it was then she's like handcuffed and she kills the cardinal. She kills the nun actually first. She smashes her head in with a crucifix, which was really messed up. Then she goes and chokes the cardinal with a rosary to death. I think she kills the doctor. Does she? I can't remember if she kills the doctor now. The doctor might have just gotten away with it. But then she goes to try and find the deacon. And she goes into this lab. And there's all these like... Oh no, he takes her down there. Yeah, he takes her down there. Because he like wants her to know what's going on. So they've been... There's one of the nails that they use to crucify Jesus. That's the one that they put through his feet or his hand. It's one of them. And they say that they found a genetic code on there. They were able to take it, and they were able to pretty much make like a clone of God, I guess, a clone of Jesus. It was really weird. That was where I was like, okay, it's a little far fetched. You got me in the first half. I thought they were doing some like Rosemary's Babies type stuff, but didn't seem like it was actually like a man-made version of Jesus that they just artificially inseminated her with. And they said he's supposed to be the second coming of God and all this stuff. Well, she didn't like that, and she said she was going to tell people. So then they branded her with crosses on the bottom of her feet so she can't run. Then that's when she's locked up. She kills the first lady, the nun. Then she goes and kills the cardinal. I think she kills the doctor. I can't quite remember. Then she goes to burn down the like lab with all the cloned Jesus babies that haven't been born yet, or they've died before they were able to be inseminated. And she tries to do that, and the guy stops her pretty much. He's stopping her because he's stronger and all this. She's then eventually able to shut the door, and he like reaches through the door. She burns him. She like lights everything, so the whole place goes up in flames. You're like, oh, it's over. He got no. Of course, like a horror movie, he busts through the door, and then she runs into the catacombs, which are brought up in the first act that are forbidden. And this was where I was actually like really invested. Cause I was like, oh, catacombs, we can get some good like jump scares in some building. They never really hit on that part. Like there's not enough scares in the movie. There's a lot of tension, some creepiness, some eeriness, but not enough scares. I was like, oh, or anything. So we go to the catacombs and he's trying to find her. And eventually she sees a hole that she can climb through and she'll be out of there. And of course he drags her back in, like drags her into into the catacomb, sorry. And as he's like trying to choke her, she has the nail that they use on Jesus, and she stabs it through his throat, and she gets covered in blood. Every final Scream girl does. Scream Queen or the final girl in every horror movie always gets covered in blood and kills the final person. So then she finally climbs out, and all this going on, her water broke, so she's getting ready to have this baby. She then goes out, and she's like outside she's escaped. She's out of the convent. She can leave. But then she goes into, oh my God, what's it called when you go into birth? Like you're starting to give birth. Labor. Gee, many crickets. She's going into labor, and it's just like a close up on her with the blood. She just starts screaming, and there's like blood's like dried up, but like sticky, and it's a very distinct horror shot. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I really liked what they did. A lot of people didn't like it. I saw like people were laughing at it. I thought it was really cool that they decided to do the close up. It's a little long, so I guess that's why people laugh. But then finally you hear the baby fall out. You don't see it. And the baby starts making some weird noises because everyone knows a baby cries when it comes out of the womb and it's brought into the world. Baby normally cries. This baby did not cry. This baby started growling. And as soon as you never actually see the baby, which I get because I feel like they probably tried to make the baby look cool, but it probably looked goofy. And then they probably tried to do it CGI, and they're like, this looks even worse because we don't have the budget. So you just see her face, and right away you knew something's wrong. I mean, you knew just by the noise, but her face is proving that there was something indeed wrong. So you see her, it's like a tracking shot of her now walking as a close-up, and you still hear the baby just making these weird noises on the ground. But then before she walks away, I'm like out of order. Before she walks away, everyone knows the umbilical cord that connects the baby to the mother. She bites it and rips it, which that's some badass thing I would never do. So all the credit. And then she walks over the tracking shot and she picks up a big rock, and she walks back over, looks forward, screams, and then smashes the baby with the big rock. And the movie ends. So the way I took it is that this baby was like the devil. There was nothing good about this baby. It was evil. But yeah, that was Immaculate. It was an hour, I think 39 minutes. I think it was a pretty good time. I think you could have cut down still like another 5 minutes. Or maybe added it like 10 minutes and given us a little more details on like why they're doing this. There wasn't enough telling me why these people are doing this thing. But all in all, Sydney Sweeney continuing to prove this girl has the entire world in her hand. I think I'm going to watch Anyone But You this week because I do want to watch. I am a sucker for rom-coms. But my friend Sam, the same one I went and saw Immaculate with, did not like it. But she also hates rom-coms. I don't know how the hell you hate rom-coms. But I'm a big rom-com guy. So I think I'm still going to watch it. Oh, and something really cool that I want to tell you guys is that our short film is going to come out next. Phone shut off. Our short film's probably going to come out in around 2 weeks to a month. So be ready. It's going to be probably mid to end of April. It's going to come out. And it's going to come out on TikTok. It's going to come out on Instagram. It's going to come out on YouTube. I'm very excited for people to see it. I mean, it's our first film. I know it's not perfect. It's probably not even that good. But I'm happy that I made it. I'm happy I got to make a film finally. And we've been working on scripts nonstop. We have a lot of stuff in the works. Me and my dad have been working on some stuff, which I'm really excited to eventually get to tell you guys. But yeah, and so this is kind of cool. Next week's episode, not next week's, it would actually be this weekend. First, my birthday is tomorrow, which is pretty cool. I think the episode's actually going to come out tomorrow. So on my birthday, that's pretty exciting. I turned 23, so I'm 2 years older than Ryan. And yeah, we're having Ernie Hudson on. For those who don't know, he's in The Crow. He's in Oz. He's in Ghostbusters. I mean, I love Ernie Hudson, and I was very excited to. So the cool thing was, for those who don't know, in Ghostbusters, he plays Winston. So what was cool about getting to have Ernie on the show so far? So I haven't gotten to talk to him. I'm going to talk to him on Friday. Today's Wednesday, for those who didn't know. Like while I'm recording this. Yeah. His agent reached out to us about something, and it was that he really liked us and wants to do an episode with us. So that was really cool to hear, especially when it's someone that I've looked up to and someone that I'm such a huge fan of. I mean, he's in The Crow, which is in my top 25 movies of all time. I love his performance as the cop. It's just, I love that movie. I love him as Winston. I was so excited seeing in. So I saw Ghostbusters for an Empire. But that's gonna be a whole different episode. Yeah, seeing the old gang back together, especially seeing him back as one of the Ghostbusters, was such a cool thing to me. And I know he's in the all-girl remake in a cameo. I know he's in the last one, of course, Afterlife. But it was cool seeing him in this one, the whole gang back together. But yeah, so he's going to come on for a little interview. We have some questions for him. We're really going to be asking about the Ghostbusters and The Crow, because we know those are probably the most popular things that people want to hear about. Especially I want to hear about, because I want to know more about The Crow. But yeah, that is all I really have to talk about. This went a lot longer than I thought. I'm sorry if it did. Sorry if I wasted your time. Or maybe if you liked a little bit longer solo episode, let me know. But yeah, that was my review of Immaculate, my Letterboxd recap, talking about what's been going on in my life, Ryan's life, and everything in between. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to continue following us on Instagram at the Tommy_Cresta, Ferran_12, the _popcorn_podcast. Follow us on TikTok, the popcorn_pod. YouTube is the _popcorn_podcast. Just keep following us on everything. Keep listening. It means so much to us. We've been getting to talk to a lot of actors recently. So the interviews are being a lot of fun. You guys are supporting them. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you this weekend.